World War II is a historical event surrounded by numerous myths and misconceptions. Here are some of the most common myths and their corrections. Myths and corrections. Myth: the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were the sole reason for Japan's surrender. Correction: while the atomic bombings were significant, Japan's decision to surrender was also influenced by the Soviet Union's declaration of war on August 8, 1945, and the fear of further Soviet advances. Myth: the Holocaust's total death toll was 6 million Jews. Correction: the Holocaust's death toll is estimated to be about twice as large as the commonly cited figure of 6 million Jews, as it also included millions of other victims such as Romani people, disabled individuals, and political dissidents. Myth: Axis soldiers never set foot on American soil. Correction: there were instances where Axis soldiers did land on American soil, though these were not large-scale invasions. Myth: the Nazis were the only ones who committed war crimes. Correction: war crimes were committed by multiple parties during World War II, not just the Nazis. Myth: Erwin Rommel was a good German who opposed Hitler. Correction: Rommel was a skilled military commander but did not oppose Hitler until late in the war. His legend as a good German was partly created by post-war propaganda. Myth: the Wehrmacht was not involved in war crimes. Correction: the myth of the clean Wehrmacht is false. Many members of the regular German army were involved in war crimes alongside the SS and Gestapo. Myth: the US was a sleeping giant before Pearl Harbor. Correction: the US was already involved in economic warfare and providing military aid to its allies before the attack on Pearl Harbor. Myth: the Allies won due to overwhelming superiority in resources from the start. Correction: the Allies initially faced significant challenges and only gained superiority in resources later in the war. Myth: France simply folded out of weakness. Correction: France's defeat was due to a combination of strategic errors and the rapid German advance, not just weakness. Myth: the French resistance played a crucial role in the war. Correction: while the French resistance was important, its role is often exaggerated. The actual impact was more symbolic and supportive rather than decisive.